Now, I want you to understand how your past is affecting you now. How your upbringing is affecting you now. Because most of your issues that you are dealing with now are as a result of that. Now, you have been hurt before, you have been disappointed. Like Bramos has said, suddenly I'm sitting on WhatsApp, you're thinking, Obolela Lema. Because your ex has disappointed you, on WhatsApp. You are not dealing with him at the level of the person that he is. You are dealing with him at the level of the ex. So basically, your ex is running your current relationship. And guess what? You say, I'm over him. No, you're not over him. You are with him. Some of you, you know, or you've been told or no, wait, it was better in Egypt. Oh, really? Why is people not bitter? Not bitter guy. You hear to tell me what again, if he was better, I would have been with him. Yeah. I want you to hear what I'm saying to you. Now, if you don't understand why you do what you're doing, you're going to have problems. Now, some guy says, I don't know why I'm doing this. You know why you're doing it, because you don't want to be in control. It's more scarier to be in control of a situation than just to let it happen. If you have to make decisions that are constructive, it's more scary. Because that means you must take what? Responsibility. That means you must be what? Committed to the process. Now, most of us are not prepared. Guys, let me tell you something. You're no longer children. You are no longer children. All of you sitting here. Now, because of your past, most of you end up saying, I'm going to remain single. Because I don't want to deal with myself. I don't want to deal with my issues. So let me be single. Now, most of you don't want to be single. You know that. Now, you go, you find somebody, you bring them in your life, and then you accuse them of being something because why? They don't fit in with your idea of what a good man looks like. Now, most of you sitting here don't even know what a good man or a good woman looks like. Because your idea of a good woman or a good man is distorted. The father who should have taught you what a good man looks like was not there. The same applies to you, gents. The father who was supposed to teach you how to be a good gentleman was not there. Or if he was there, he was messed up by his own culture. He was messed up by his own upbringing. He does not know what it looks like to be a good man. All you have seen is a man who abused your mother. And now you are saying, I don't want to be like him, but you don't have a good reference of what you want to be like. You are running away from being him. You are becoming worse him. I want you to hear what I'm saying to you. We have glamorized being single. We love women who raise children single-handedly. We glamorize it. That's why people these days are not afraid to divorce because, no, I'll raise my own children. I'm making my own money. You are going into a serious deep. Don't be fooled. The world is going into a total destruction. This whole thing of equality is not working. There is no equality. Treatment of equality is a different thing. But this whole thing of saying, therefore, in this house, if I do this, you must do that. No. Our strengths are not the same. Today, women are earning more money than us. If a man goes and looks for a job today, he will struggle. But if women go, chances are they will be employed. So chances are it is women who are going to be raising homes. Are we prepared for that? Gentlemen sitting at the back, are we ready for that? We are not. The women as well have not been prepared to deal with that situation. Suddenly she wakes up, she's earning 100K. You're only bringing home 5,000. She looks at you and says, King, you're not. It's my pay, baby. All of it. Suddenly, the pay slip how in Namodi Rakengi, where is he? In Namaho, we just see it in Jeho, or any 100K. Women, are you prepared for that? Are you ready for that? Are you ready to bring a man in and still understand how money does not make me? Can I relate with him at a level that says, you are still my partner? Forget about money. Now, and I want you to understand something. If you're going to bring a man in your life and you are a CEO and he's just a laborer or Enormous. Admin clerk. Already you are suffering from what we call power imbalances. Now, women can deal with it, they can take it. Men, we don't deal very well with it. Because our past have taught us that we must be what? The providers. Ramos spoke about, I'm the leader in the house. What does that mean? What does that mean? I think we're getting very confused in terms of understanding what leadership means. What does it mean? Because I'm saying, if there's a home, there must be a CEO and a COO. I want you to understand that. Your wife is not less inferior to you, my gents. She runs the same household with you. You can provide direction, but that does not necessarily mean your advice and your guidance is absolute. You gotta listen to your wife. I can prove it to you. There's a story in the Bible about a man called Abraham, great man of all times. He had an issue with his wife about a child that he had with Hagar. He went to God and said to God, God, we've got this problem at home. God said to him, go home and do what? And listen to your wife. Abraham, if you understand the story, he used to talk face to face with God. Now, Abraham goes to God. God says to him, Abraham, I understand what you're saying to me. But there's something I want to teach you today, gentlemen, that it's very important for you to listen to your wife. Go listen to her. Whatever she says, do it. Is that new to you, what I'm saying, gentlemen? Yes. Gentlemen, I want you to listen to what I'm saying to you. Whatever she's saying, do it. Now, listen to what I'm saying to you. Most of us men, we struggle because we don't have a plan. We don't have a plan. We want to operate at the same emotional level as our women. I want you to hear what I'm saying. When Sarah spoke to Abraham, she was just being emotional. Simple as that. There was no logic behind what she was saying. Now, usually, we don't have a position where we can sit down and say, but how will this make sense in the future? What does this mean for our family? What does this mean for the now? What does this mean for our happiness? Most of you in your families, you are putting your foot down, but you've got unhappy families. Tell me if I'm lying. I want to send you back to your houses, go put your foot down. You'll still have an unhappy wife. I want you to listen to what I'm saying to you. Your women are going to manipulate you using emotions. Some of you know what I'm talking about. You're going to end up saying, okay, hey, unyaka, hey. Never ever undermine the power of women. Never. Don't make that mistake. We guys don't know how to play this game. They're going to beat us down on this game. Now, ladies, I want to say to you today, you got to start restraining yourself. Sometimes you're putting us in difficult situations. Sometimes, honestly, we don't know how to deal with you. That's the truth. They are sitting there, they can tell you. And sometimes, because of our nature, we end up resorting to violence. Whether it's aggression, whether it's whatever, because we don't know how to deal. I'm not here to create children who are married. I'm here to create men and women who want to build successful relationships. If you don't know how your past is affecting you, you are going to create a bleak future. You got to understand it. How did my family raise me to become the woman that I am? Or the man that I am? Am I doing things because I saw them happening in my family? He will tell you. In psychology, we know that some of you are suffering from depression, not because you have depression, but you have learned it from your family of origin. You have learned how to become depressed because you saw members of your family being depressed. And you are using that as a defense mechanism. How many of you just cry for nothing? Like, we cannot buy this. They don't love me. Ladies, how many of you do that? You think it's working, it's not. It's messing you up. Your brain is getting used to doing it. So when the time for you to become logical with your partner comes, you will never be logical, you just cry. And men don't know how to deal with a crying woman. We struggle. Hear what I'm saying to you. Now, if you're going to carry on behaving like a child in your marriage, you'll never have a successful marriage. He said, even if I behave like a child, I've got a problem with that. I wouldn't want any of you to behave like a child in a marriage or an intimate relationship for the matter. Because relationships are not for children. You cannot be a child and an adult at the same time. So you cannot come home at 3 o'clock in the morning and expect your wife to say, honey, you're back finally. Oh, let's go sleep. No ways. No ways. If you expect your woman not to treat you like the mother, don't act like her child. As simple as that. The same applies to you. You cannot behave like a child and expect me to treat you like an adult. If we have spoken about something, we have agreed, honey, we're going to do this thing. You can't come and say, me, I forgot. I cannot serious, baby. Yes, I was damn serious, you're sure. Most of you take these things for granted. He'll be fine. No, he won't be fine. No, she'll be fine. She'll get over it. No, he won't get over it. You got to deal with it. Guys, I have gone into researching to understand why we do what we do. I'm not standing here just to tell you whatever I want to say. And I said, and my colleague is there at the back, and I said, in my belief, if you are not married, honestly speaking, you mustn't even do marriage counseling. Because the theory and the reality in intimate relationships is not the same. Two different things. Theory tells us, no, sit down and communicate. No, how do you communicate with somebody who's suffering from defense mechanisms? Why is he? Yeah, you don't like my family. Majida, you know what I'm talking about, ne? Yeah, you don't like my family. It's an guy. You see what a person is trying to do? They're trying to defend themselves because they're suffering from something, and then they're thinking, well, what if this man rejects me and my family as well? So let me make him feel bad. But that's a counterproductive solution. It's not working. It's hurting your partner. It's hurting you. Now, the lady said, I wish our men could read our minds. Good luck. Did you hear what she said? Don't even try it, gents. Don't even try it. You're going to fail terribly. Every time you are on the spot of getting it, it changes again. Yesterday it was pink, tomorrow it was now actually pink, green. No, I said yellow. Don't do it. And I love reading the Bible. It says, live with women with understanding. The Bible says that. It says, understand. If tomorrow it's yellow, understand. Don't ask questions. Or why one nearly pink? You're going to be much happier if you do that. If you're going to be sitting there trying to make sense of why my nearly pink and it's yellow, you're going to be hurt. You can walk out of this room today and say he's talking crap. You'll think about me 5 years from now, when you're on your third marriage. If she says, honey, yesterday it was yellow, today it's pink, say, no problem, honey, it's pink, let's go. You go with pink. You'll be much happier. How many of you have never experienced what I'm saying? Gents, Komarago. Aren't they just changing it? Now, you tell her, honey, we're going tomorrow to attend something at 9. At 10, she'll be fixing her makeup. You didn't tell her at 8 you're going to wherever place. You told her 3 weeks before. On the day before the event, I don't have anything to wear. Some of you sitting here, you're wearing new things. You know what I'm talking about today. As we are speaking. My gents, I know 100% sure you are wearing old stuff. Because you are fine, again. You don't need to buy new shoes every day, again. But I want you to understand, or your women are like that. Don't even ask them questions. When she comes to you and say, honey, I need a new dress, especially if she can buy it for herself, great. Don't sit there and say, but I budgetela. No, Do you have money for it, honey? Let's go buy it. You'll be much happier. What I'm teaching you today is not what they taught you go school or go family or go cracking. I'm teaching you what's going to work in your marriages. Take it, don't take it, it's up to you. I'm going to teach it to you anyway. You see today, Saturday, she came here, she bought a new dress. Ne? If somebody dies during the week, we know. And then she will buy this dress and say to you, but it needs shoes. Sometimes just take out that 500 rand and buy her shoes. Some of you sitting there saying, yeah, for who? If you cannot make your wife happy, what's the point of working for it? And most of you, you spend it with us, you buy us booze, but you can't go and spend it at home. I'm going to help you to create happy homes. The reason why women attend our seminars is because we say things that benefit them. As simple as that. But I read the Bible one day and it tells me to lay my life down for a woman. I say, why should I be the one laying my life down? Why can't she do that? Guys, you realize something about women. They are a precious gift in our lives, whether we like it or not. Not that we are not. We are also special. But we can protect them. Instead, we harm them. Instead of being loving to them, guess what we do? We become hostile to them. Think about the time when you were supposed to love your wife, but instead you pushed her away. You pushed her away. When she says, please love me, guess what you do? Okay, now, I've had many preachers, and I'm sure my colleague there will agree. I've had many preachers say, God commanded women to love because love comes naturally. Is that true? No. Is that true? No. My colleague, is that true? Is that true? We know that women have got hormones that produce love. Ne? Yeah. They've got oxytocin, progesterone, you know those things. They produce hormones of what? Love. Of love, don't they? Yes. Now, men have got them too. Did you know that? Yes. Did you know that? But women produce more than men. Now, if women were natural lovers, why did God give them more of these hormones? They need help. They need help. God did not give us help, but He told us to go love. Are you hearing what I'm saying to you? Now, that's why when they reach 40, they struggle with what we call menopause. Have you ever seen anybody with menopause? Yeah. What do? They don't even want to have sex. We can't even touch them. In fact, most of them divorce. Did you know that? Because they feel nothing. Because the help is no longer there. But the husband who's married to that woman will still love her. Now, men are natural lovers. If we ask your men right now, where's the mic? If we ask your men right now, what is your biggest fear? What's going to be your answer, men? To what? To what? It's to be what? It's to lose your wife. That's the truth. Don't be fooled. You might not believe what I'm telling you now, but it's the truth. Omong is saying, "Bari cheetah so." Yes. Think about cheetah fella. If you want to hear a big man, what voice again? Like a Tabo's voice, like a big man. Yeah, no, voice again. Ale mama tatem sayar kya sama. Lefus katsama. Oh, na bunda bola bu chabi le bano. Ho se te mushima ne bano. We love you guys. That's the truth. We really do. Usually, men who struggles to deal with their women end up cheating. If they struggle because they realize, you know what, I cannot win there. They give themselves either to alcoholism or other women or whatever. Take it, don't take it, it's up to you. And I'm not saying he should make you an excuse. But the way men deal with things and the way women deal with things are two different things, different ways. Now, you've got power to build them. but you break them down all the time. Most of you, your words are very wrong. Your words, and you don't give a damn whatever you say. You know what you've told them? That's exactly what you told him. Now, gents, I honestly don't want to be here and sound as though I'm protecting these women. But sometimes, latter side, honestly speaking, as Majid. As Majid at latter side, because here's a woman that needs your protection. While you are spending time with your friends, you're not home. She begs for your attention, please be home. You're never home. You've got things to do, you've got business to run, you've got friends to be with, but you're never home. When you come home, oh, you know those friends I was with, I'm tired, I'm going to sleep. Some of your women have still been waiting for worship or fellowship Kokamore, Libiano. Intimacy has become a luxury. She must send an application in 3 months in advance. Can we please make love on the 15th of August? Performance Kunzi. Because we know, all of you sitting there, if you're over 40, we know. Erectile dysfunction. Don't feel bad, it affects all of us. It's not a joke, and I'm not gonna even shy away from it. All of us are gonna be affected by it. That's why we have men's clinic. I think you need to make it happy. Because if you take the house side to look I agree, the ladies, you want takes that go to town, eh? Okay, now, you gotta always remember, if you are relating to your partner at the level of head, the only thing that you can do is to head them. Most of you sitting here, you're not realizing that you have problems. Psychology has scared me so much when I realized that most of us who are suffering from something, we don't even know that we're suffering from it. You gotta start interrogating yourself and asking yourself questions, could I be suffering from something? Yes. And if you're suffering from it, deal with it. Some of you, and I know some of my friends here, you were raised by single fathers who taught you how to become iron ladies. In daughter does not get passed through you. You have difficulties relating to a man because you were raised to think like a man. You were raised to be like a man. So when you realize this guy, not here. But not here. That's why we need a mother and a father in our lives. It's for a reason. There's got to be a balance. I am the hard one, my wife is a soft one. When my son is not getting joy with me, he can go to the mother. But if you're only raised to become a rock, even the day when you have to be soft and vulnerable, you can't. Majans, being vulnerable to your partner is not something that you should be ashamed of. If you cannot be vulnerable to them, who are we going to be vulnerable to? The biggest challenge with us, Majid, is that women, when you are vulnerable to them, they take advantage of that. And they use it against you. No lama mo utong hatella. Wait till I shop fella hola. I agree, you know you can't keep a secret, you talk. Shop fella hal again. It's the same. That's why you find Majita. A man would not want you to see him by metagostrati. Because how come one have a problem? Does it even impossible? Okay, can I go give you the man? And then when you say that, I'm begging all of you sitting here. I wrote a book called Live and Live. Please have a copy of it. Buy it. Read it. See how men end up killing their women. Because why? We don't want to deal with ourselves, gents. I want to encourage all of you sitting here. If you're in a relationship or in a marriage, go home, Forget about everything that you have learned. Listen to your partner. Ask them what they want and how they want to relate to you. Find out what makes them happy. Most of us sitting here, we are not honest to each other. Because I'm not talking about you wanting to change me. I'm talking about what can work for us. If honestly speaking, it's not working, let's change it. Most women are so desperate to be married that they will take any man who comes their way. They will take a broken man and hope for it to change. Ladies, if he was not broken by you, you will not fix him. He needs to fix himself. Guys, please. This whole thing, I know. Hey, you are broken, you need to fix yourself. Yes. Go seek help. We all need help. Yes. All of us need help. Yes. Even myself standing here, I did not grow up in a family about Ruti, I don't even pray in my house. My wife is all the time. Because why? Where I come from, it was okay. So you got to understand that, maybe it comes from this kind. Let me understand him and maybe work with him. But don't treat me like a child and thinking you know better. I don't know anything because I clap him at all. Do you hear what I'm saying to you? So next time, how did you? Because for me to go to the tap, it's a mission again. So teach me nicely without saying what? A word. Hey, when I now the moment you say that, now, what are you saying? From Mutabamazo to Vanuratella, can you please bring